If you don't have the ability to fuck someone over, if you don't have the ability to ice someone out and ignore their pleas and their cries and their wondering for why this is happening, if you don't have the ability to do that to someone you care for, why the fuck is it okay for them to be okay being that way to you? If you don't have the ability to go someone and ice them out, then you deserve someone that also cannot do that to other people. You deserve the same thing back. You're not the only person who just can't fathom treating someone that way. No, you are getting done that way. And by God, if you don't have the ability to just ice someone out and ignore them for no reason, neither should the people that you allow in your life. Cut the fucking cord. Hey everyone, Janna here. Thank you for tuning in and listening to my show. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, guys, I'm going to get right to it. Let's talk about being ghosted or being iced out. When you're ghosted or iced out, that's when someone typically someone you're close with, just for no reason, cuts all ties of communication with you. And they don't respond, and it's very unexpected. Typically, there's no big cause or culprit to it. It's just all of a sudden, this person who you talk to regularly, who responds, regularly, they just go cold. They go silent. They don't respond to anything, and then you're just like, "Hey, is everything okay?" And they don't respond, and you get worried, and then you realize, okay, they literally just ghosted me or they just iced me out. And then you're the one that's sitting there left confused, frustrated, and just like, what the fuck happened? What did I do? And you rack your brain trying to figure it out. Like, did I say something? And the reason I say it like that is, did I say something, is that typically when a person, the people, and I don't understand it because I've never ghosted or iced somebody out. I have cut people out of my life. That's very different, and I'll talk about that as well. But typically, there's no big reason. The reason that you would all of a sudden cut someone out of your life, like I said, I've done, is because they did something that is just, they can't come back from. Like, you can forgive them, but like, hey, I can't have you in my life. I can't trust you. I don't believe you. You're not honest. You're not authentic. You're using me. Those are the kind of people you cut out of your life. So cutting out someone from your life and ghosting or icing someone out are two very different things. When you ghost someone or you ice someone out of your life, or ice them out temporarily, that is typically caused from nothing at all. And it's quite the conundrum, right? I had this happen recently to me. In fact, I've had this happen a lot in my life, and that's like one of those really frustrating things. And what makes it really frustrating and hard for me isn't so much about me figuring out the why, right? I used to, before I shattered my limiting beliefs and healed my mindset, I used to really give a shit like, what did I do? Let me fix it. Just tell me what it is. I'm sorry for whatever I did, and I'm apologizing when I know for damn certain I didn't do anything wrong. And I know a lot of people say I didn't do anything wrong, and they did, but no. When you heal your mindset, like, there's no questioning that whatsoever. And so the reason that it really hurts, the reason that it really sucks, is because I would never do that to someone. And that's what hurts me so much, is I don't understand the people who have the ability to ice someone out of their life or ghost someone that they said they cared for, that they said that they loved, that they said that they would never hurt. the same people that stood by your side when someone else acted like a piece of shit to you, right? It doesn't make sense. And what's really, really, really funny is that the people that get ghosted, the people that get iced out, they're the ones that are like, oh, hey, hold up. Hey, like, let's talk. Like, they're the ones reaching out. So you get iced out, but you're the one reaching out. It just doesn't make sense. But as I healed my mindset and I shattered my limiting beliefs, because this was one of those things that was a trigger for me, because it was like, okay, it's got to be me, right? I'm the common denominator, which, by the way, is a stupid phrase. But I realized what it is. And a lot of this, honestly, came to me from learning how to deal with a narcissist and overcoming narcissistic abuse. And I realized that that's because the people who ghost you, the people who ice you out, they're not necessarily a narcissist. But when anyone who is healed from narcissistic abuse and becomes an expert and educated in learning how to deal with a narcissist, it helps you communicate with all types of people from all walks of life. And you just see things differently because you have to. It's the only way that you can communicate or handle a narcissist. And so it makes you really see things differently from all sides. So, because some of the people that have iced me out or ghosted me before, I now can look back and see, okay, they were this type of narcissist, and then some were not. But anyways, the reason that you are getting ghosted or have been or get iced out has nothing to do with you. You might not want to hear it. It's the fucking truth. It has to do 100% with the piece of shit, the pussy. Yep, I said it. Have fun with it. That is icing you out. The reason, and this was my aha moment, the reason they do it is because it's a game to them. They want to put you on your toes. They want you to wonder why. They want you to beg for them. They want to somehow make it seem as if you did do something wrong and that, like, if you don't know what it is, I can't help you. And then they'll say something like, you know what, like, it's fine. Like, let's just, I forgive you. Let's just move on. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, that's what they do when they want back in your life. And a lot of times you let them. I know I used to, because I was like, well, hey, hold on. This person was my best friend. This person was my blank, my blah. And like, I know them. So I know they're just going through a difficult time. They didn't mean it. And like, I'm not going to cut someone out just because they made a bad decision or had a bad day. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Everybody has a bad day. I have bad days. So ask yourself this. If you're the person that's like how I used to be, where it's like, yeah, but they were going through a hard time and they've never done it before. Well, as a person who suffered from narcissistic abuse for over 14 years, I never knew he was a narcissist for over 3/4 of that. So the person that ghosts you and ices you out, they're just finally showing you their true colors. And the reason that they do it is, number one, what I just said, it's a game to them. It normally happens within a year or two, or first 1 to 3 years in a friendship or relationship. And the reason why is because it's when that newness wears off, where you're like all in with each other, and nobody else exists. And they don't like that. They want that constant feeling of being chased, of being wanted. And that's because they have a deep-seated limiting belief of feeling abandoned, not feeling wanted. And this is how they deal with it. So instead of shattering it and healing from it, they want to inflict that pain upon other people. They want to feel the other person wanting them back, needing them. It's 100% caused from their limiting beliefs. It has nothing to do with you. But the thing is that it typically happens to someone who's super empathetic, and you just want to make it better because this person, you care for them. But here's the thing, and I want you to remember this, because I've talked to some friends about this who are currently dealing with things like this, and they're like, "But Janna, like, she's really going through a hard time. Like, she's just had some really bad stuff happen. Like, I can't do that." And I'm like, Totally understand, because I used to be you. But think about this and ask yourself this. They can do it to you. Why? If you don't have the ability to fuck someone over, if you don't have the ability to ice someone out and ignore their pleas and their cries and their wondering for why this is happening, if you don't have the ability to do that to someone you care for, why the fuck is it okay for them to be okay being that way to you? If you don't have the ability to go someone and ice them out, then you deserve someone that also cannot do that to other people. You deserve the same thing back. You're not the only person who just can't fathom treating someone that way. No, you are getting done that way. And by God, if you don't have the ability to just ice someone out and ignore them for no reason, neither should the people that you allow in your life. Cut the fucking cord. Cut the damn cord. It's time to stop giving a fuck. And when I say that, I don't mean don't give a fuck about anything. I mean, stop giving a fuck about people who don't give a fuck about you. It's not about giving them what they give. It's about no longer giving away your time and energy and love into something that does not do the same. You're not looking for revenge. You just don't need that. And what's really funny is when you stop trying to connect with these people, all of a sudden they want to connect with you. Like, oh, where'd you go? Oh, once I learned that, and then once again that happened to me, I handled it the way I just told you. It was almost comical because this person was like, but what? You know what? I never talked to him again. I didn't want to. It hurt. There was a part of me that was like, and I was like, absolutely not. Fuck them. If you want to ice me out, then you are frozen out of my life. Ice me out, I freeze you out. It's like if you walk out the door doesn't open back again for you. If you want to ghost me, you will stay a ghost in my life. And if you have a hard time with that, or you just don't know if you can do it, ask yourself why. And I will tell you why right now. You 100% do not fully love yourself. You 100% are attaching your happiness to anything but yourself. You need to have self-confidence. You need to have and give self-love. You need to create your own fucking happiness. And when you do, in doing so, that means that you had to create boundaries. When you create boundaries, which keep the weeds out, then your standards are high, and your standards should be high. Having high standards doesn't mean you're snobby or think you're better than. It just means these are my standards and I have boundaries in place for those. And you either meet them or you don't, right? Like that's what it is. That's it. Why do you want the weeds in your life? Because sometimes it looks like a pretty flower and it's a weed, and the weeds steal the nutrients from the real flowers and they overgrow and they take over. But when you cut the weeds out because you have a fence, you have boundaries, then the real flowers will come and the real flowers will grow and flourish. And isn't that what we all want? Everyone has to earn a seat at your table. You don't have some big ass table at, a buffet for 50 people or more. You need a small private table, and everyone earns a seat. Everybody. There's no free passes. Oh, you're my spouse. Oh, we used to be best friends. Oh, you're my sibling. Oh, we're family. Oh, you work with me. Oh, don't fucking think so. Everyone earns a seat, and everyone can lose a seat. And you know what? There's something very empowering about that. Know people for who they are, right? There's different levels of trust. Not everyone gets the same. And if someone is stupid enough to ghost you or ice you out, let them stay. And honestly, be thankful that that person showed you their true colors. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. When it happened to me with someone who I thought was my best friend, man, it hurt for a year, and I never thought I would understand it. And then I look back and I realized, man, God had my back, and that person that person is not someone who would even fit in my life anymore. And I think that's some of it. I think that sometimes these people get threatened and you have something that they want internally, and that's what they do. They want to hurt you because they're hurting. And you know what? That's not your problem. You're not here to fix everybody. You got to take care of you first and foremost. So if someone ices you out, well, I guess they froze themselves out. And if someone ghosts you, well, then that's what they become. A ghost, a nobody in your life. Stand up for yourself. Always. Always stand up for yourself and never settle. The right people will be in your life. You should never have to fight for someone to be in your life, because if you have to, they probably shouldn't be there. All right. Y'all have a great day, great week. I'll talk to you soon.